Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health, with 7 locations to serve you better. We have a dedicated staff. And now, here's your host, CEO Vicki Soule.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Community Conversations. You know, every week we give great thought to what's going on in our community and what kinds of things Treasure Coast is involved in and what the community is involved in. And we know at Treasure Coast Community Health that although primary care is very important through our offerings in medical, dental, behavioral health, pharmacy, and a host of other things, that we couldn't possibly function the way we do without your trust and without your knowledge and feedback. And so we became involved 2 years ago with something called a community-based school. And so today, we're having sort of a re-rollout. You might have seen or heard about them through the Impact 100 grants just this past couple of months ago. But today I have the pleasure of having Mershawn Green, who is the director of our Dodgertown Community School. And we're going to talk about what that really means to our community. So welcome, Mershawn.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today. I'm honored to be here.
Well, we're honored to have you being the director and helping us roll out the community school and helping the community, our community, understand a little bit more about, because it is different. And as we talk about schools, you know, moms and dads everywhere are going, are they going to have school? Yes, they are. Are we sending our children back? Yes, no, maybe so, you know, as we get closer to school. But then you add on the extra layer of community-based schools, and, you know, right now the glazing comes over the eyes. So let's see if we can lift the veil a little bit and talk about what makes community-based schooling different.
Okay, so basically with the Community Partnership School, what you have is you have 4 partners that come together. Those 4 partners is the School District of Indian River County, Children's Home Society, we have Treasure Coast Community Health, and we also have Indian River State College. So,
and the purpose of having 4 different partners in this is what?
Really to just address the needs of the students. So with the Community Partnership School, we all know that students come to school with various barriers that interfere with their educational learning. So the partners come together to help remove those barriers. So with those 4 different, what we have is we have a nonprofit, which is Children's Home Society. The nonprofit really deals with like the donations and things that may come in. They assist with the fundraising. Okay. And then you have a healthcare provider, which is you all, Treasure Coast Community Health.
For the next 25 years.
Exactly. Right. And you all address the health needs, you know, the health needs of the students, whatever barriers that may arise in that arena. And then we have Indian River State College, which is the educational provider. They assist with the academic part and also having resources so that we can have extended learning opportunities. And then we have the School District of Indian River County, which is really the location. So they provide the students and the location for us to work together. And that's what makes the partnership so great, because you do have those valuable resources coming together, as you stated, for 25 years. Yeah.
I was so shocked the first time I saw that contract. It was like, 25 years? I hope I'm still here, much less working. But it says to the community, we're serious about this. This is not a fly-by-night, flash-in-the-pan kind of endeavor. One way or another, we're going to make this work. So, speaking of making it work, it is at Dodgertown Elementary. How was Dodgertown selected?
Well, Dodgertown was selected just because of its demographics, its location, and also the condition of the community that it's in. So UCF is the one who decides what schools become a community partnership school in the state of Florida.
Okay.
And
University
of Central Florida.
I know, we're all used to acronyms, just clarifying.
University of Central Florida. And so what they looked at the fact that Dodgertown was a Title I school. It had 86.4% economically disadvantaged students, 70% minority. And then it also looked at the community of Gifford and saw that Gifford had a few barriers in it: transportation, healthcare, underserved, under-resourced.
Right.
And so they thought, this is a community of students and a community that could use some assistance, and so that's how Dodgertown was selected in this process.
So UCF made the decision. Tell us a little bit more about how UCF and Community Health Center health schools come together.
Okay, so basically UCF is the certifying agent in the state. So UCF is the fiscal agent. So UCF has 12 standards that they certify community partnership schools based on. It's a 5-year period. So the first year is the planning period, and then you have 2 implementation years. And when you get to your 3rd year, they'll come in, they'll evaluate the school based off those 12 standards. You can get certified early if you meet those standards in 3 years. If not, you have an additional year 4, before year 5, when they'll come in again to evaluate to see if you have met those standards.
So UCF has a long history in doing this. Dodgertown is not their first project.
Absolutely not. So there's actually 26, I believe there's 26 community partnership schools in the state.
Okay.
CHS has 18 of those community, Children's Home Society has 18 of those.
So they too have some history working together and bringing partnerships together at the schools.
Yes, they do.
Now, are all of them elementary schools?
No, there are elementary, there are middle schools, and also high schools. The first community partnership school is in Orlando. Evans High School was the first community partnership school, and at the time that they became a community partnership school, they were labeled as a dropout factory for high school students, right? And so now, they've increased graduation from 60 in the 60s to, I want to say, high 80s or low 90s. And they also have a student that just received a scholarship to Harvard University.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so the community,
it works.
It does. It does. It is very valuable because it's not just teachers or parents getting involved. It's actually community members. Everyone has a place in Indian River County to be involved in the community partnership school.
So tell us about your role then as the director, as long as you're helping us put these puzzle pieces together.
So as the director, I basically help implement the programs and policies. I'm also in the community building awareness for the community partnership school, helping people to understand exactly what we are and what we hope to achieve. And then I also build relationships and scavenger hunt. Like, you're good at math. Hey, we could use you over here at Dodgertown, just seeing the abilities.
After school programs?
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
and then you also, as you say, scavenger hunt. You're looking at local people and the talents that they might bring. If they feel that they have something that they could bring to you, is that open, available to them?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I was hoping you'd say that.
If they have any resource, skills, even time that they feel that they have available, we are more than willing. We do have a place for them. And this is the perfect time, too, because we're building. And so whatever you have, whatever you feel you can contribute, we can build around that. So absolutely.
So things like hand skills, whether it be knitting, crocheting, or working in the garden, or doing artwork, there is no limit, I presume.
No limit. Okay. Right now, we're currently going to strategic planning. So we just finished our needs assessment, which we surveyed teachers and we also surveyed parents to see what exactly do they feel their students need, what exactly do they feel the school needs, what resources they feel are lacking, what do they feel their strengths are. So we can know what are the strengths that we can build upon, but also what areas need more assistance. And so let's look to bring those resources to the school.
Did you have a good response to the survey? Sometimes people are a little reticent to put their thoughts down.
Yeah. Even with COVID-19, we had an amazing response. We had over 50% response from parents. So
Nice.
Yeah, so that
Nice.
was exciting. I was a little nervous at first because I'm like, okay, the schools are closed, so I can't harass parents.
You mean visit with parents?
Exactly.
That's what I meant.
I can't visit with parents or run them down in the car loop.
Yeah.
But they did respond, and teachers really assisted us with that. They sent it out to their parents, and then they checked back with them. So we were very grateful to have that assistance.
Well, now the principal takes a key role again in terms of being a liaison between the staff, the students, the community partners. What's the principal's take on all of this?
Well, she has, Miss Burnett has completely embraced the Community Partnership School, and we're so grateful for that. She has a wealth of knowledge. We didn't really have to dig to get data on academic performance and programs. Nice. She gave it to us. She even explained it to us.
Wow.
So it wasn't just us figuring it out. So she has been wonderful with that, and she's extremely supportive. And we kept her in the process with the needs assessment, with the recommendations. Instead of having the consultant write the recommendations, we partnered with the principal, and Ms. Burnett actually wrote the recommendations for us. So
now that's engagement.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So we're going to take a short break for a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about what's going on and what the near future will bring.
Okay.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
Is owning a home your goal? With the rising cost of rent, you could be saving a lot of money by owning your own home. At Caliber Home Loans, we can help make home ownership a reality. Meet with us for a free consultation and get on the right path to buy the home of your dreams. For Caliber, home loans is all we do. We use local appraisers and offer a variety of loan options to fit your lifestyle and budget. Call us today, 844-GO-CALIBER, license number CHL15622, Caliber Home Loans, TreasureCoast.com.
Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
Hi, I'm Cindy, the proud owner of Cindy's Cleaning Service. I consider it a privilege to be welcomed to people's homes and offices to make them shine. We do it all from ceiling fans to floors, dusting, and windows. With Cindy's Cleaning Service, you get quality cleaning and affordable rates. We are also licensed and insured. Please give us a call and we will give you a free estimate. Cindy's Cleaning Service, 569-9348. At Cindy's Cleaning Service, the Lord is our strength.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining us, I'm Vicki Soule from Treasure Coast Community Health, one of the 4 partners in the community school that we're discussing today with Mershawn Green. So very proud that we can be a part of that, particularly since we are seeing folks at our Gifford Health Center right down the street, about a half a mile maybe. So when I first heard about community schools, we were given the opportunity to go up to Orlando and see one of the first success stories at their high school. They had 2,500 students enrolled at that time. And so being of high school age, they were able to go about the campus, similar to our high schools here. And if they had a health concern, a toothache, or they want to know about STDs, heaven forbid, there was a separate clinic area for them. And so when we started talking about Dodgertown, it became obvious that that would be a duplicity to put a portable or use one of their resource rooms now. So we're talking about a slightly different model. But the whole idea is to reduce the barriers that prevent children from learning. And certainly if you sit there with a toothache, or a headache or a bellyache,
Right.
you're not really paying as close attention as you might otherwise. So health certainly does factor into it. Many children are not complainers, we found. They tell their parents, and then knowing that parents have got their own stressors, they tend not to repeat it. So I'm thrilled to be a part of this. But talk to us about some of the other barriers that this community school, what makes this different? How will they address this on a day-to-day basis?
Well, there's a few barriers. There's homelessness. Like there may be some children who haven't rested because they don't have a home, or hunger, like a lack of food or lack of resources. We hope to meet those needs. And then there's also emotional needs or social needs that may interfere with learning. And just by it being a community partnership school and having a community partnership department, it allows for teachers to dig a little deeper, maybe do a little investigation, see that Johnny has his head down, and you may think that he is being defiant, but really he has not slept. And when he says, my mom and I slept in the car, the teacher can call over to me and discuss that with me, and then I can reach out, or my parent and community engagement coordinator, which we will have.
Okay.
We're hiring a parent and community engagement coordinator. We could call around to see what resources are available in the community. And then once we locate resources, we connect them with mom. What we're seeing is parents sometimes, like as you stated, don't have the time or don't have the knowledge or the bandwidth to really find those resources. But if we can assist them and then do that warm transfer, call and talk to the agency that does have resources and connect the mom and introduce her to those resources rather than just saying, hey, here's a number, call these people. And so that's what we're hoping to bridge that gap to find those resources. And really just in this capacity, we have to treat the whole family because the entire family affects the student. So we can't just look at Johnny. We have to see who's in Johnny's household, what exactly do they need, and let's make sure that we meet those needs so that Johnny can focus on academics and excel.
Okay. So now you have a new mental health leader in the school district. And so I've understood that there's been a real effort to put more social workers, counselors into each school. That still retains within the community school partnership with the district?
Yes. So whatever the school, the district is doing as a whole, we're just another added advantage to the school. So we all work together collectively. So whatever they have going on, if we can assist in any way to add to those services, that's exactly what we want to do. If we can enhance those services, we aim to do that too.
Okay. So things like a food pantry, those are kind of the extras that the other schools don't officially recognize. But you all will be.
Yes.
Okay.
So during COVID, what we've done is we've partnered with organizations and churches and citizens, whoever wanted to donate any food, toiletries, finances. We've used that, and over this COVID-19 period, I think we've probably assisted at least 15 families.
Yeah, and I was surprised when I heard the enrollment is over 500, but the number of families is far less than that. You know how many families that there have been enrolled there? So
we've calculated doing a needs assessment, roughly around 190 or so families, because you do have families that have more than one student that attend.
Right. But, unless somebody presents the math, I was like, wow, 500 people live in this area. It's like, well, yeah, but, when you're talking about helping 15 families out of 500 doesn't sound like much, but 15 out of 190 some, that's a significant number. And, during this time when school is officially out, kudos to you all for all that you have done with your community already. So you alluded to the fact that we will have an engagement specialist. Are you taking applications now?
So we're taking resumes for our family and community engagement coordinator.
Okay.
We received an Impact 100 grant that will pay that salary for 2 years. So it's $50,000 for 2 years. The salary is around $34,000, I want to say.
Yeah, because you got benefits and other taxes and things that have to be paid.
Yes.
So the goal is to be more than a school, have the resources of more than a regular school. Can people transfer their kids into Dodgertown based on expected success?
Absolutely. We welcome it. And, you really don't want to miss this Dodgertown bus because we are headed to do great things. Like we are currently going into our strategic planning session. From there, we know for sure that we'll be developing an after-school program. We haven't truly decided exactly what it will entail, but we're looking for those who can contribute as far as their talents and skills to teaching students those skills because our kids are eager to learn.
They are that. They are a cute bunch of rascals, I got to say.
They are
really...
on that. On our needs assessment, we had all these different subjects like would you like to be involved in sports, art, drama, theater. Yeah, they they select everything. Yeah.
Well, that's okay, though, because if you keep children occupied in a fruitful and productive way, they turn into productive adults.
Exactly.
And that is the goal. So are there other goals that have been set yet, or is that part of the strategic planning outcome you're expecting?
So basically, it's part of the strategic planning outcome where we'll set the goals, but I could just discuss some of the recommendations. So Ms. Furnett recommended remediation activities and also enrichment activities. So we're looking to build upon science, technology, engineering, arts, math. We definitely want to increase those involved in our science fair. We definitely want to get our students to have the opportunity to share their artistic talents and build upon those talents. We are also looking for tutors and we're looking for community members to read with students, to allow students to read to them. We know that builds fundamental skills. And we would love to just have our community a part of that learning process.
So I'm going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Some of the things that you've talked about, the after-school hours, the reading, the mentoring, that is being done at the Gifford Youth Achievement Center, is it not?
It is.
Do people say, oh, that's a duplicity, you don't need to do it?
We really haven't heard that. What we were looking for is we do have Angelia as a part of the conversation when it comes to the after-school program. We're just trying to determine will we have one at our school or will we partner with someone in the community that already has one. I do know that I believe that the GYAC, like you have to pay to go to it. And so for our students, what we offer through the Community Partnership School, we want everything to be free because we do know that 86% is economically disadvantaged.
Yeah. You don't want to add to that burden. We're here to remove those barriers to care, right?
So we want to just make sure that wherever it is, whether it's on the school campus or at the GYAC, that they don't have to worry about finances and as many students who want to attend can attend.
So if we have any retired educators who are hearing this and would like to participate, not perhaps on a long-term basis, could they come in for some of the strategic planning discussions?
Absolutely.
Or is that limited?
I believe it would just be up to the board if the board would like for them to come in. So it's based off what the cabinet decides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So just, I'm trying to hook people back into helping our community.
but we are starting a community leadership council, which would be more community focused. So if not with the strategic planning discussions, they could be a part of that once that is created.
There's room for everyone.
Yes,
that's what I wanted to hear you say.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Well, thank you so much. If people did want to get a hold of you, how could they best do that, Mershawn?
They could call me at 772-480-4456.
Okay.
Or they could email me at mershawn.green@chsfl.org.
Well, those are long ones.
Yeah.
Do the phone number again while people grab a pen and pencil.
772-480-4456.
Since this is brand new, I anticipate you might have some questions, some offers, and we'll see how this all sorts out. But I am very excited that we are doing a test model here in our own community to reactivate forward progress for those children there.
Yes, I'm excited too, being a little Dodger myself.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming today. I appreciate it. And thank you for all of you that have stuck through to the very end of our conversation. See you next week.